Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bailey if you're new here, and this is Harlow and Nala, my two golden doodles. And yeah, if you're new, I'm a Midwest YouTuber, I guess, and I make new videos every single week. And I show a lot of lifestyle, fashion, digital marketing content. So if you enjoy that type of content, definitely stick around. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna try and make this video with these two crazy girls. They, for some reason, are really wanting to play and be goofy right now. So anyway, I'm just gonna roll. Alright, so I'm sure you can tell by the title, this video is going to be all about how to overcome a breakup, or even just something hard in general, how to get over something. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I've had one of the craziest years of my life. I have kind of changed jobs. I have gone through a breakup. It's all been very crazy, but I've learned a lot from it, and by going through it, I want to share some of my tips on how I got through it and, you know, maybe help one of you. So I have a list on my phone here. I'm gonna kind of go through it, and yeah, we're just gonna jump right in. So let's go. So first and foremost, I just want to say these are things that have helped me, and if you really do need actual help, if you're really struggling, I highly suggest reaching out to a parent, a best friend, a coworker, because the worst thing is feeling like you're alone. So definitely reach out to somebody. And if you don't feel comfortable reaching out to like a family member or a friend or a coworker, highly suggest BetterHelp. I have started BetterHelp. I love it. It's an online therapy. It's super inexpensive. You don't need insurance. I don't know. Insurance might cover it, but I will say a lot of therapy I've looked into is very expensive. BetterHelp is so affordable. I think it's under like $200 a month. One of the best decisions I've ever made. I kind of jumped around with therapists because I really couldn't find one that I really matched with at first, but I ended up loving it. And by the end of it, I felt so confident, and I've learned so much. I still talk to her, but just not on a daily basis. I'm just in a better headspace right now. But just because I'm in a better headspace doesn't mean that I don't need to still go to therapy. I don't need to still work on my problems. So one of the biggest things that has helped me for sure is therapy. I used to think it was kind of a crazy, like, taboo thing. And unless you were like really bad, or like suicidal, or like, you know, going through like a marriage crisis or something like that, I didn't think that therapy was necessary, but it is 100% necessary, and I'll say it to anyone, it is one of the best decisions I ever made, and it really helped me. So that is number one. The second thing that helped me so much going through my breakup, or even just like transitioning in life, was just diving into my passions. If you guys don't know, I do a lot of different passions. YouTube is a passion of mine. I also love digital marketing. I've managed to make that into a career, but at first it was just a passion. I also do videography on the side. So I, you know, juggle a lot of different things, but I'll say that that was my saving grace, just diving into my work and doing things that fill my cup up, because it truly does make me happy. That could be, you know, running for you, that could be crafts, scrapbooking, like making jewelry, anything. Find something that you love and dive into it, because one, it's gonna keep your mind busy, so you're not just sitting there and dwelling, because I live by myself and that's so easy to do. It's just like dwell on the bad, dwell on things that have happened, maybe like go back in my mind and like regret things, and I shouldn't be doing that. So diving into my passions, you know, falling in love with videography again. I managed to rebrand this year, so that was a big thing. And also YouTube, you guys know I've wanted to make more content. I've said that I'm gonna step up my YouTube game this year, so that's really why it's something that I love to do, and I want to put my efforts and my energy into something that I love, and not dwell on the past and the things that are, you know, bad in my life, I guess you could say. Bad. I'm very privileged, I'm well aware, but everybody's got bad things, and I just think that like if you're struggling, definitely find something that you love and chase it. The next thing, I feel like everybody after, not everybody, but most people after a breakup tend to go to the gym. Not always, but you know, even if you just go out and start taking walks in the morning or in the afternoons, or you know, go for a run or whatever, I found that getting a gym membership was super helpful, and you know, just sweating it out, burning some energy. And also, what is the famous like Legally Blonde quote, when you work out you get endorphins, and endorphins make you happy, and if you're happy you don't kill your husband. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna try and find a picture and put it here, but anyway, whenever you work out, it is a known fact that your endorphin levels spike. It makes you happy, and it was a game changer for me. I don't necessarily work out to look fit or to, you know, feel better physically, but it definitely does help my mental game. So that is a big one for me. Something else that has been super helpful for me and is also one of my New Year's resolutions is to read more and spend less time on my phone. I have a goal this year to read a certain amount of books, and I'm not gonna say how many, but I want to read a certain amount, and I have been really just at the end of the night putting my phone away for like the last 1 or 2 hours before I go to bed, and just sitting down and reading has been so helpful. And once again, it allows me to put my mind somewhere else rather than in like reality, and I kind of get to escape for a while. And being on your phone can be just draining, and it makes me super anxious, I've noticed. So I just try to like put my phone away, put my phone on don't disturb at night, and read my book and just get into like a different mindset. And it really has helped me. I 110% will say I get super anxious at night. I think it's just because, you know, it's lonely when you live by yourself. You get in your thoughts. I'm somebody that gets super emotional whenever I'm tired. Like most of the time when I'm really upset, it's like, Bailey, go take a nap. And it kind of helps. But I will say that reading before I go to bed and just at nighttime in general has helped my mindset and my anxiety so much. So I highly suggest. And I'm also going to try and link some books down below. One of my favorite books is, I think it's called Hot Mess or something by Hannah Brown. It is so good. I read it in just like 2 days, I think, and it is just on point when it comes to like breakups and like messy situations and like just navigating through life and knowing everybody has problems. And yeah, it was just a really good book. Another one is called Such a Fun Age, and yeah, those are just like 2 of my favorites that I've read recently, but definitely suggest. I will link them down below if you want to check them out. Okay, something else that has been super helpful for me is creating a new playlist. So I know playlists don't work for everyone. Some people just don't like to listen to music as much, whatever. I love music, and from the point I wake up in the morning, I have music on while I get ready, then I put it on in my car, then I listen to it while I'm like working, listen to it on my way home if I'm in the office. I'm constantly listening to music just as background noise, and it really does affect my mood. So finding a really good playlist, maybe even creating your own, not going back to those old songs. I feel like every single time you break up, you have like these songs that resonate with that person, and it's just important to like not listen to them, like not put yourself back into that mindset. So create a new playlist, listen to it, something that's gonna make you happy, that's going to maybe remind you of why you're walking away from the situation, whatever. I will share with mine. I'll put it on the screen really quick. I use Spotify, and the playlist is called Point of View, You're Moving On. So super good. If you want to follow it, I'm gonna try and link it down below. You can listen. I'll try to see if I can make it collaborative. Maybe we can share. If you have Spotify, we can like add songs to it and like move on together, whatever. That would be really cute. But yeah, playlists, music in general is just super helpful for me. You know, even listening to it whenever I go to the gym, you know, all of these things, they're like little things to do. They seem minute, but all of it combined really does change the game and like can really help you take baby steps to getting over your breakup. All right, my next tip is to reflect and remove. So one thing, I think it's important to reflect back on the relationship, you know, recognize the good, recognize the bad, but more importantly, know that no matter what, you have to put yourself forward. You have to put yourself first before anything, and, you know, reflect on it, but also after you've had your time, I think it's important to remove. And by doing that, I mean blocking, unfollowing, everything, because if you still keep that door open, it's going to be even more difficult. And by, you know, removing and doing the out of sight, out of mind scenario, I think it just makes the process a lot easier, especially if you're the one that's being broken up with and you don't want it to end and you're still wanting to hold on super tight. It is important to just remove the whole situation, because keeping it there is like reopening wounds every time they post something on social media or every time they text you late at night because, you know, they're drunk. It's just really, really toxic behavior, and I know that's super hard for most people, especially when you don't want the relationship to end. But, you know, recognizing, reflecting on the relationship, and then realizing, you know, okay, I'm over it. I've kind of dealt with the heartache. It's time for me to remove myself. I promise if you remove them, you're gonna get over them so much quicker. I know it's gonna be hard, but you have to like cut it off, because if you don't, it's only going to continue and it's only going to be harder for you. And I know it's said so much easier than done, but I promise it's going to be easier. I've been through it not once, but like 4 times. So reflect and then remove. Alrighty, and the last little tip that I have for you guys is to just simply pray. I grew up in a very religious family, and, you know, God and my religion is very important to me. I realize that it's not for everyone, but it is definitely something that has helped me. I cannot tell you the times that I have laid in my bedroom floor on my knees, or even just like laying on my back, just like praying to God that he would give me a sign, or, you know, I just wanted to know if I was making the right decision, or, you know, if he was the right guy, or praying that this man would treat me better than what he was, you know, all of these things. And I will say that my God has never failed me, and I might have gone through some really challenging things, but he's always been there, and I can say that without a doubt that I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for him. And praying just eases my heart, and hopefully it will you too. So definitely just talk to God about it. Just pray about it if you're religious, and if you're not, and you know, are feeling open to just trying, I promise you it's the best medicine there is. And you know, it might not be something, you know, that's gonna change overnight, but with time, I promise you, if you just reach out to God, it will change things for you. Your life will change for the better, I promise you. So that's my biggest tip, is just to pray and to just get closer to God and, you know, grow in your religion, because that is something that I've done. I really have turned to God and just, you know, said, God, this is, you know, in your hands now, whether, you know, he's my person or not, or whether you want me to, you know, go a different route, or to move to this city, or you want me to work within this area, or whatever it might be. I trust in you, Lord, and without a doubt, he has amazed me. 2 years ago, if you would have told me I would be where I'm at now, I would have said you're crazy. I would have been terrified. I would have never made the leap of faith. I was terrified, and God carried me through it 110%. So I really, really hope that, you know, that's the case for you guys if you're going through a hard time. But yeah, anyway, there's that. I hope these little tips were helpful for you, and if they are, you should definitely let me know in the comments. Also, I'm going to tag my Instagram down below. I know a lot of you, especially on like topics like this, tend to message me privately on Instagram a lot. So definitely feel free to do that. I love being besties with you guys. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, you should definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye.